the ongoing investigation? Did they say anything about the nature of the investigation?
All I know is there's an ongoing investigation. They confirmed there's an ongoing investigation using this information. I assume that ongoing investigation is in Delaware. I don't know that, but I assume that.
Republican Congressman James Comer is once again falsely claiming that Joe Biden is being investigated by the FBI, a lie that left Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin speechless.
Yeah, there's a confidential human source that the FBI works with who has proven to be very credible, who reported a conversation with someone else. That confidential human source said that he had no way of knowing about the underlying veracity of the things that he was being told. And so it's not the source's information, it's the information that he reported from a conversation with someone else that he was not able to verify or authenticate, which is often the case. And that's why we're talking about secondhand hearsay here.
Okay. Confused yet? That ringing in your ears is the GOP's latest effort to make Joe Biden look like Donald Trump. And that conspiracy theory involves a still unsourced claim that Biden is actually an international criminal kingpin, doing business with bad guys like Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Comer claims that Republicans have in their possession a complaint filed by a confidential whistleblower which proves all of this. Except, you see, they're having a little trouble actually producing that document.
The claims made in the document are consistent with what we found and disclosed to you all in Romania. It suggests a pattern of bribery where payments would be made through shell accounts and multiple banks. And there's a term for that. It's called money laundering. And that, again, is what the majority of the suspicious activity reports also said.
Boy, that sounds like a really damning whistleblower complaint. And you'd assume that since Republicans like Comer are going all out for this, that they've definitely read the actual complaint. Right? Wrong, because as I never get tired of pointing out, Senator Chuck Grassley actually admitted there's a pretty good chance this whole story is fake. And Grassley, who actually took the big boy step of going to look for that document himself, publicly says he hasn't found anything. And as it turns out, Comer has a lot to say about a document he's never seen and which his own colleagues say may not be real. Here he is on Newsmax, really doing Kentucky proud.
Can you tell us anything about who made the payment? In the allegation?
It was a country that we haven't discussed yet.
So it's not Romania, it's not China, it's not Ukraine?
It's not Romania, and
one?
it's not China. It is another country that we'll be discussing further. We're trying to track down some new bank accounts. But look at what we have, Rob. We have a president of the United States whose family, while he was vice president, created these shell companies. And I don't think a lot of the liberal elitists that are in the media now even know what a shell company is.
Hey, it's me, your pal Max. You want to know why James Comer won't tell Newsmax what country Joe Biden's allegedly conspired with? It's because every time Comer has named a country in the past, whether that's Russia, China, Ukraine, or Romania, actual intelligence analysts have come forward to say he doesn't know what he's talking about. So it's in Comer's best interest to keep things nice and vague. And while we're on the subject, Comer says he's concerned the Biden family has been using shell companies to launder money internationally. And America's loose laws around shell companies are pretty concerning because they do allow for a lot of corporate crime. But wait, as it turns out, James Comer was one of 167 Republicans who voted against the Corporate Transparency Act, which cracks down on anonymous shell companies. And it seems like at the time, Comer believed it was a restriction on people's rights to have the government checking on what their businesses are doing. Boy, times sure have changed. But Comer isn't kidding anyone. Republicans' ever-shifting Joe Biden conspiracy theories aren't about transparency or facts. It's a desperate attempt to distract from House Republicans' total failure to govern, and it's working. Comer and the GOP want to spend the next year litigating an imaginary conspiracy theory with Joe Biden at its center. But with dopes like Comer running the show, Republicans are more likely to trip over their feet than they are to trip up Democrats. And folks, there is so much more news to cover. So get comfy and click over to this video about a MAGA pastor with some insane beliefs. And as always, leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.